Got the Saints and the Panthers.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. It is week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, this defense for the Saints, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home.
We'll take that.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive.
Justin Reed.
As they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Blake Groupie now for the extra point.
That's how you start the game off right there.
As the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has helped them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Let's go.
Young to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Back deep, Alontae Taylor. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken at the 37. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
We got to put up with the rest of the season with Baker Mayfield. Uh, Tigers got to knock my boy Pickett out for the year.
Now a Carolina native, former Tar Heel, it's Javonte Williams. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Mayfield's throw taken in by London. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
Mayfield off the play fake.
Oh my God, what are you? They Mayfield, I tell you, he's trash.
You look at this defense. What kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that is
count on
won
them
5
for too
games
much.
in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On second down, Williams finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. Yeah, only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
On third down, Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. A gain of 22.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Olave motioning to the left. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's going to
get it off.
Sacked right around the 17. Carlos Basham able to record his 5th sack of the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now Mayfield.
I'm throwing it. Come on, bro. Baker, what are you doing, bro? I'm sitting here throwing the ball. Jesus Christ. I hit the button twice. I don't know what the hell is he doing. Like, just didn't even calculate.
They're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback, maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit.
My button's sticking to what? I don't know what the hell. That was an easy throw, Baker. I don't know why he just didn't let it rip.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Oh, come on. This is the problem, I can tell you right now. That's the problem right there.
wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they're able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now you look at the Saints defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
On 2nd down, Young.
Whoa. We got a double hit.
Brandon, we saw these defenders
No, I was trying to get there.
last week, and nothing has changed.
That was my fault if you call it.
Quickly and forcing incompletions.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A play fake. Now Young.
There you go. Good job.
Brought down for a sack. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Daniel Whelan now. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield.
At the 49-yard line.
Come on, bro.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep. Here's a 2nd and 5. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He completes it to Olave. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds yards right there. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Saints are able to add on to that lead. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Group being able to add the PAT, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Young off the play fake. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alontae Taylor in there to bury him for a loss of 11. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
Off the play fake, Young. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year.
I don't know. I think he might have hit the wrong button on that one. That's what it looked like.
And they just gave us another example right here.
Oh, no. He got hit as he was throwing the ball. It just looked like it come out weird.
There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Following the interception, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run. This is Williams.
Oh, shit.
Looking for a crease, can't find one.
I didn't
Stop
see the
at
guy
the
on the
line
edge,
of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Another run with Sanders. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Young. The Sanders has got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Throwing, Young. And that's caught
What the hell?
35. And he
Why
takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I say,
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now
I didn't even call that
So
play.
I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
That's actually the play I called right there on X. Or maybe I hit the button too late or something.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Young now. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. K'Lavon Chaisson, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now we give up the middle to Williams. Fights off the defender. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Good job.
Javonte Williams, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might win.
Yeah, when he pressed everybody up to the line, it's like if I could have, as long as I got that containment on that edge right there, I figured I could get open lane with that sweep.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Okay, right?
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play.
I guess he's quitting.
Set, ready. Ready.
And down to a knee. Well, that's one option. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taylor now to return it. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be 1st and 10.
Yeah,
as
I'm
they
chewing
take
clock.
over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
I forgot. My bad.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe
I forgot it.
up to the 45.
I have my own routine. I'm just forgot what I was doing.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I wasn't trying to go out of
18
bounds.
yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The guy kind
And having built that
of knocked
kind
me
of
out
a
of
lead, they're able
bounds.
to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Second and 6. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 3-yard line.
Now receiver in motion left. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Williams is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Saints 34, Panthers nothing.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
I had that red.
About that, partner, and I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they struggled throwing it,
59 couldn't make the damn tackle.
Multiple plays. They put the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Come on, set.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Young will set to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one.
Yeah, the rookie got him one. I mean, last year.
It's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, he one-handed that thing.
Knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, what was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there,
Yeah, right as I clicked on, I was trying to click to another guy.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready, ready. Watch out now. 50 Fury.
In motion, the tight end. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On the set.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ready.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Check Fury. Ready.
Another run here with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Let's go.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Young to throw it. And he's got it. And the Panthers are going to be set up for 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Set. Ready.
Sanders. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Come on. Set.
Once again with Sanders. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too
Set up
late.
in yet.
But he
I
does
was
get
trying
it
to
for 6.
No wonder
blitz
you're
inside.
You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Try to get somebody coming in free.
Sometimes offenses get too cute down near
I
the
ain't
goal
mean to do
line,
that.
but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we
I was
get a
wanting to
seal
spread,
here,
not
and we run this play
shift them
in
out
the
like that.
alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense, as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down,
oh, shit.
Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Young's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for New Orleans,
Oh, Johnny Wilson.